Hello, I'm Carolyn Herbert for the Finance News Network, and joining me from Managed Account Holdings is CEO David Heather. David, welcome back.
Thanks, Carolyn.
Now, can you start by giving us a quick recap of the business and what it provides?
Yeah, look, Managed Accounts Holdings is a specialist managed account provider, as the name suggests. And what we do is work with mainly independent financial advisory firms on helping them bring new or better portfolio solutions to their clients using an MDA concept, which is giving them much better administration, much better ways to actually implement changes in their client portfolios for the better to the client.
Now, the long-awaited changes to MDA regulations were made at the end of September. What were the key changes? Look,
there were several key changes, Carolyn. First of all, ASIC elected to remove what's called the limited MDA concept as a structure. And we saw that coming, I guess, as a business, and probably something that should have been done quite a while ago. Secondly, what they've done is again, quite rightly, tightened up the operating rules through which MDA arrangements need to be implemented, and also the disclosure requirements, or the disclosure, I should say, that clients need to receive from their MDA provider. They've also recognise that there's many different business models in the industry, and they've given those business models some credibility by giving different roles more clarity on what they've got to deliver and how they've got to deliver their function. And probably most importantly, from an investor point of view, clarified a whole lot of conflict of interest provisions that the ASIC would like to see everyone include, if you like, in their business models.
So what's your view on the changes ASIC has made?
I think the changes are positive for one, investors. It's cleared up a little bit of lack of clarity between MDA providers and, let's call them, limited MDA providers, and I think that's a positive thing. It's made sure that those two vehicles are on a level playing field. The other thing it's done is really clarified for all the participants what different roles have to deliver and how they've got to deliver them.
So you've previously identified that ASIC would make changes to remove the limited MDA concept. Can you give us a bit more sort of insight into this?
Yeah, so if we go back and understand what that limited MDA concept was, that was allowing financial advisory firms and other parties to manage client portfolios with discretion without having an appropriate licence authorisation in their financial services licence. Obviously, what that doesn't do is create a situation where things like PI insurance and the operating rules and all the things that go with running an MDA to be consistent between limited MDAs and MDAs. So by virtue of ASIC bringing a regulatory change into play which allows for consistency, that's now going to force limited MDA providers to actually look at their business models and come up with a new way of delivering their solution that's an authorised way.
David, as you've indicated, you say the changes to these regulations are a positive thing for Managed Account Holdings. So can you elaborate on this view a bit?
Yeah, look, picking up that outsourcing discussion, clearly those parties that do not wish to continue with a limited MDA concept over the next 2 years have to make a decision on which way they're going to go, become an MDA provider themselves or find an alternate solution. We represent a very clean alternate solution for those firms. They can come to our business model and actually do the same things they've been doing historically, but under a more compliant structure and better admin, better technology than maybe what they've been using previously. So, that gives us an opportunity to grow our client base, which is positive for the business, grow our revenue streams, and obviously grow our EBITDA going forward.
And finally, David, what's the priority for managed accounts in light of these changes and the long-term ambition of the company?
Look, we, as we've been saying in our quarterly updates for a couple of years now, we've seen these changes coming. We've been really working with the industry to educate the industry what the options are if limited MDA, the limited MDA concept is removed. So hopefully we've been seen as a good option for players to come and speak to if they need an alternate. We're going to continue to actually highlight to the market our capability in delivering a solution in this space. We've recently issued a white paper on the concept. We continue to work with the players in the market who need some help. And obviously what that is all about is then creating a solution for those firms to move their clients into a better structure.
David, Heather, thanks for the update.
Caroline, thanks for your time.